My name's Paul Snape. I'm a pensioner and I'm also a member of the Is It Fair campaign. Now I'd like to ask all of the political leaders what they propose to do to help all of those on fixed incomes and low wages to pay their new council tax.
Council tax is an inherently unfair system, that's the first thing I would say. As regards the district of Hart, we have the problem that the government failed to give us the level of money they give other councils. And we're talking about millions of pounds every year here. Our settlement this year and grant increase was a mere 1%. That immediately puts pressure on the rest of the council tax base, which means council taxpayers having to foot a larger share of the bill. Now we don't want to do that, and we look to make savings and efficiencies throughout what the council does, but at the same time we have to protect the level of service we're providing. Many people want us to improve the level of service, and that requires investment. As regards people on fixed incomes, again, council tax has no bearing on your ability to pay, which is why the Liberal Democrats would scrap council tax. At the end of the day, people on fixed incomes are ill served by council tax, and I won't defend it. It needs to be scrapped. We need to have a system in place which makes it based on the ability to pay, and council tax does not do that.
I would hope that council tax rises can be kept in check in future years. We do have challenges with regards to the amount of government funding that we get, and this creates difficulty in Hart trying to balance the budget, and we're faced with making tax rises or cutting services. They can be very difficult choices to make. In essence, I think Is It Fair are wrestling with the right issue, but in some ways directing it at the wrong target. I think Is It Fair are right to question the basis on which council tax is levied, because I think it grossly goes against people who are perhaps retired and are now on a fixed income, who are being taxed at the same rate as families with two salary earning individuals in the household. Is It Fair are perhaps dealing more with the symptom when they challenge district councils over tax rises. It may be more effective for them to take their campaign to the government and ask for the basis of the council tax to be reconsidered, either with built-in scale for your income, or maybe doing it as some kind of local income tax. But I do agree with Is It Fair that the fundamental principle of how council tax gets levied is wrong. It isn't fair.
The current system of council tax is widely recognised as an unfair tax, where central government, through its grants, can force local councils to cut services or increase local taxes. We need a different tax system which gives local councils more freedom and accountability. A Conservative national policy is to introduce a local purchase or sales tax to facilitate this. In the meantime, we know that our government grant will be for the next 2 years. We have to get a better grip on Hart's spending and financial planning and make a sustainable long-term plan.
Well, obviously it's the council's in the council's interest to keep council tax to a level where everybody can pay it. But I think this is a matter again for getting best value for money and the best deal for all members of the community on all incomes. And again, as an outsider, it's very difficult to have any real say on how how money is spent. But as an insider, as an elected member of the council, then you've got more say. But it's no doubt that Hart District Council has lacked much needed direction, and something needs to be done, and something needs to be done very promptly.
The simple answer to that is no. The council tax will not be kept down to a level where people can pay it. This is the Britain we live in today. Unfortunately, if you can't pay your council tax, you're sent to jail, or they in some way reclaim the money. This is the way we treat our people that are on fixed incomes, especially our eldest pensioners who have fought for our freedom. And it's an absolute national scandal. As far as I'm concerned, we need to help these people a lot more by reducing the council tax to begin with. But in the meantime, the British National Party policy is to link pensions and earnings again, and in that way hopefully raise the pensions for those people on those fixed incomes who would then be in a better position to pay. We also believe that the council tax itself should and it could be radically reduced by cutting all the waste expenditure.